So I wrote like a script.
What if God doesn't exist?
What do you mean?
I mean, what if there just isn't anyone up there, you know? No great big person in the sky looking down upon us all and making sure we get things right. No one making sure the good guy wins. I mean, after all, the good guy doesn't always win.
Like Hitler.
Yeah, like Hitler, but also like homeless people and cancer patients. Or like sociopaths and pedophiles.
You do realize that you're currently lumping in homeless people with pedophiles, right?
Perfect.
Well, I mean, they didn't choose to be that way. No one really chooses to be attracted to children or kill people. It's brain chemistry, or faulty nerve endings, or traumatic childhood. And if it's not something they choose, it's less their fault, and more the fault of whatever or whoever created them.
God?
God. But why would God make everything so wrong? If God existed, he, she, it would probably not want things to go wrong. They'd build a world with rainbows and unicorns and happiness, and people wouldn't die of cancer. People wouldn't steal. People would be happy.
Are you happy, Barbara?
Mostly. When I'm eating ice cream and the sun's shining and my mom's not stressing out about the divorce. But it's not about me.
Well, maybe God doesn't have that much power. Maybe God's more like the boss at some supermarket or crappy agency, pretending to be all-powerful when the spiteful employees don't actually have to listen to him at all, like Steve Carell in The Office.
God is not like Steve Carell.
Could be.
To be the all-powerful, he has to have all the power.
You mean he, she, or it?
Right. He, she, or it should be stomping around, ridding the world of injustice, sending kids to college, wiping out greenhouse gases, giving food out to the hungry. It should rain bread in Africa. Why doesn't God make it rain bread?
Well, there's physics and free will. I mean, humans have sun power too. The power to sit out in the sun too long and roasted by the sun's rays develop a terrible type of cell-destroying cancer. Can you really blame God for that?
Yes. Why didn't God just make the sun's rays less powerful? Why would they be made to hurt us?
Physics. Besides, plenty of good things are awful. Maybe awfulness has its place.
You're arguing the goodness of awfulness then?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Roses are beautiful, but they too have their thorns. Without the thorns, it wouldn't really be a rose, would it?
That's cliche, even for you.
Oh, come on. It's like that song, you know. Every rose has its thorn.
You're a crappy singer.
You're just crappy. But seriously, don't you think maybe bad things have their place in the world? If there were no bad guys...
Or girls.
Or girls, or Wookiees, or hobbits, whatever. Point is, if there were no bad guys, there would be no heroes. No song would cheer you up if you weren't feeling down. You couldn't differentiate between a boy who loves you if another didn't. If everything's relative, and when you take bad things off the scale, then good things don't really exist either. They're just things.
What's so wrong with that?
Well, what's so great about thumbtacks?
What?
Thumbtacks. Things, not good or not bad, just thumbtacks. Unless, of course, they prick you in the foot or you hang up your favorite poster with it. Unless they're doing something else, they're just kind of thumbtacks.
Just thumbtacks. You can't simplify these sorts of things. They are complex, and because of their complexities worthy of reverence all on their own.
Exactly.
So you think God knows all that? Think he, she, it just lets people die and suffer because in God's all-knowing wisdom, he knows that without suffering, there could be no happiness?
All I know is that the world can't be broken down into thumbtacks. It's complex and weird, and everything only matters because of everything else.
Ah, yes, interbeing. But does God exist?
Does it matter? I mean, he, she, it isn't a thumbtack. Why pin him down? Do we really need to know that God exists to keep on living, to be the hero?
Well, no, but...
Then there you have it. This entire argument is a little pointless, get it? People seem to care so much about God as if he, she, it is the reason they do the right thing. As though if God didn't exist, there would be reason to go killing everybody. Which of course there isn't. I mean, honestly, what difference does a god make in the grand scheme of things? God is, God isn't. I'm still trying to make the world a better place and maybe survive while I'm at it, you know?
But I need to know if God exists.
Aw, cute.
Yes, but why? It's not really that important. Things happen one way or another, Barbara. What good is God?
What do you mean, what good is God?
I mean, God, should he, she, it exist, is just a part of the whole thing. Maybe not even that important of a part if things were going to happen anyway.
Yeah, but maybe he, she, it is important.
Considering the evidence, he, she, it isn't changing much.
Maybe he, she, it just needs people to believe.
What, like Tinkerbell? Like Santa Claus, Barb?
Yes, except Santa and Tinkerbell aren't in charge of existence.
Okay, but what difference does it make if the person in charge of existence is just letting everything exist?
Like what?
I've yet to see any divine intervention. Except maybe miracles, but you know who else performs miracles, Barbara? Santa, Tinkerbell, Superman. Hell, the Easter Bunny, back when that was something people paid attention to, probably did some good deeds. We're not obsessed with them, though, are we? We don't need to turn them...
Look, I need God. I need God, Dari. I need someone to believe in.
Why not believe in you?
Protector of the realm. It is your honor.
You exist, Barbara. 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 You exist, Barbara.